Okay, and I think we are live and good to go. Hello, everyone. Siegel here with the Just Xbox podcast. I will be your host for podcast today. Audio's working here. Okay, audio's working. We are good to go. Hello, everyone. Again, hi, new podcast here. Thank you all for tuning in. This is a podcast dedicated to everything Xbox, so you'll get your news. But I've been playing. It's just a solo podcast right now till we get that all figured out. But your news, what we've been playing, what's coming out on Game Pass, and at the end, our Game Pass pick of the podcast. Before we get into the meat and potatoes of the show, a little housekeeping. As this is the first podcast, I'm still working on audio and finding a host or two for this. For audio, please let me know how it sounds and what you think, so I can get it fixed. As I said, I am new to this, but we're gonna learn as we go. Second, I am looking for a host or two to join me on this adventure of mine. So if you're interested or know someone who's always thought about doing a podcast talking about Xbox, uh, Twitter link down below. Please tell them to DM me. It would help if you are passionate about everything Xbox. You gotta have play on the Xbox or PC, because those two are intertwined now. So Xbox or PC, you gotta be passionate about those two, and you gotta love, 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 love talk about games. And that's all the housekeeping for today. So let's get into what I've been playing. So on the screen here, you see Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 beta. The open beta just came out on Saturday, I think. Only 2 days for the open beta, which kind of sucks, but doesn't give people who don't want to pre-order yet much time to play it. But it is what it is. And you know what? I've been enjoying it. I haven't played a Call of Duty in when was the last one? I think the last real one was Call of Duty Modern Warfare, the reboot. I bought Cold War, and I think I bought Vanguard, but I never played. So, yeah. This is gonna be my first Call of Duty in a while. Also excited for Warzone 2.0 when that comes out. Played the first Warzone when it first came out. Enjoyed it. Kind of fell off and started playing other things. Well, I'm hoping for really good things for Warzone 2.0. And the other game I've also been playing Deathloop and Proteus. Both of those are on Game Pass. Deathloop is amazing. I'm not gonna say anything more than that because I don't spoil anything. Go play Deathloop. Proteus is a classic Doom first-person shooter. That is also amazing. I will have a review for that sometime this week, hopefully, on the channel. So look forward to that. But definitely recommend both of those, and they're on Game Pass. So really, really, no excuse. Do not go and play those two amazing games. But really, that's all I've been playing for this week. So let's get into some gaming news. And we got a some spicy stuff on this one. First podcast, some big things happened. And what do I want to talk about first? I want to go into the big one or save the big stuff for last? You know what? Let's go with the big one, the biggest news article of the week, I should say. And it was the Grand Theft Auto 6 leaks. In case you didn't know, Grand Theft Auto 6 leaked all over the place. Videos, screenshots, etc. Pretty much a hacker was able to get into, I think it was a Slack call, and just get all that information out. And so this article by PC Gamer says on September 19th, a user on GTA forums called Depot Uber Hacker, that's the name, posted 90 videos from a test build on Grand Theft Auto 6. So, and Rockstar has confirmed it was all legit. If you wanna, I'm not gonna post any of that on the leaks. I'm sure I get into trouble, but they're out there if you really, really want to look at them. I would suggest waiting, but that's not really. I don't. The leak itself is not what I really want to talk about. It's man, this was such a. I don't want to say it. Terrible thing to do. Like when it comes to leaks, I'm okay with someone leaking, hey, this studio over here is making such and such. Like the leak that happened that they found out EA was making an Iron Man game before EA announced the Iron Man game. I'm okay with that. I don't see a problem with that. Because I don't know, I'm surprised. I don't really care about that. What's crappy is they leaked this game and well, it's still being made. Like if you go watch the videos, it's doesn't look like a full, fully put together game. Pre-alpha or alpha, I think. And the problem here is when people saw that, when the leak happened, they were complaining that the graphics were bad or terrible. And the thing is, the graphics pass doesn't happen until towards the end of the game design cycle, and people already have a poor image of the game now because of the leak. Which sucks. Sucks really bad. And I feel bad for the devs. Because now Market has to try and fix this, which I don't think they'll really be able to. I mean, damage is done. It's out there. People now have this bad perception of what the game might look like when it won't look like that, really. It will look better than that. Even then, the game didn't look too bad. It looked pretty good. It's probably because, Twitter, I looked on Twitter, people were complaining. People on Twitter just complain about anything. Fortunately, I wish people could be more kind on the internet, but no, that's not gonna happen. I just wish. But it sucks, and I wish them all the best. I can't wait to see Grand Theft Auto 6 when they officially reveal it, because I'm sure it will look amazing. I have different concerns in the graphics on 6, because of who left. So I'm worried, and this day and age, I'm afraid that Satya won't be there for Grand Theft Auto, because people get so butthurt about. Should I say butthurt? Oh, I'm gonna say it. Some people are just so butthurt about things anymore, and I'm afraid Grand Theft Auto 6 story might suffer because of that. But we'll see. Again, I'm excited for it, and I hope Rockstar and 2K the best on that one. Next one, probably my favorite news article of the week. Microsoft, this is from IGN. Microsoft CEO confident Activision Blizzard merger will be approved. Says, let us have competition. So, if you saw this week, Satya Nadella, the CEO of Microsoft, had an interview with Bloomberg. And he says, of course, any acquisition of this size will go through scrutiny. But we feel very, very confident that will come out. And at the end he says, so if this is about competition, let us have competition. Because the interviewer, I believe, asked him about, Sony buying studios and about how Microsoft tends to compete. And Nadella pretty much, yeah, like I said, so if this is about competition, let us compete. Or let us have competition, sorry. And I expect console wars from the fanboys. because that is what they do. They fight online about, oh, my console's better, this console's better. They're pretty much fighting over plastic. But you don't really see two corporations, Sony and Microsoft, really fighting. Man, am I living for this. Oh, this is so good. To preface, if you don't know me, don't really like drama that much, don't like fighting. I think it's all stupid. Play where you want, enjoy the games. Every system has really great games on their system. It's that simple. I own all three. I have a PS5, I have a Series X, and I have a Switch. Don't use the Switch that much, but that's not the point of this conversation. They're all great. But man, do I love this drama. It's so good because, what was it, last week you had Jim Ryan crying about it's not fair it's not fair for Microsoft to be allowed to buy Activision Blizzard. And I had a good chuckle at that because it's just funny, it's Sony. They're number one when it comes to gaming, really. I'm sure Tencent might be above them in money making, but really it's Sony who is the top dog right now. And them crying because they think Call of Duty might be taken away, which everyone at Microsoft, Phil Spencer, Satya Nadella, or even Sarah Bond probably said it, Call of Duty is staying on PlayStation for the foreseeable future. There is no reason for Microsoft to take Call of Duty off PlayStation. They would be losing a lot of money on that decision, and it'd be a really. So I think Call of Duty is on there to stay. I also find it funny the only game Sony is concerned about is Call of Duty. They're not concerned about Diablo going exclusive or Overwatch going exclusive. It's just Call of Duty. And I get it, Call of Duty is the big money maker. I'm sure the revenue PlayStation gets for each copy of Call of Duty sold on PlayStation. So much money each Call of Duty. So I understand it, but it's funny. And I live for this. I hope someone from Sony responds back to what is going on here. Can't wait for next week's podcast. Hopefully we get some more good information on this. And we have more to talk about on that. Okay, the third item on this, we're going through these pretty fast. This is going to be, for the first podcast, it's probably going to be a nice short one. But that's fine, as we still learn, as I'm still learning here. It'd be probably easier when I have a second co-host, or third, or four. Not sure. Again, if you want to join the podcast, this one. Okay. Next item on the list of news: a Xcloud gaming handheld. Not by Xbox, but this is from the Xbox Wire. They are. A couple days ago, they announced that Xbox Cloud Gaming will be available in more places with the Logitech Xcloud gaming handheld. So Logitech is making a cloud gaming handheld. Now that's the key. It's a cloud gaming handheld, meaning it doesn't. You can't download a game and play it on that hardware. You might be able to do it. I think it does Android games. You can play those, but anything, more demanding to play, you gotta use cloud. So like Xbox Game Pass, you can use the cloud on that. And it will also have the NVIDIA GeForce. I forget what it's called right now. I'm blanking at something. I think I said it right. But that will also be on it. But people were kind of not too excited about this. And it's not because it's a cloud gaming handheld. It's because of the price. when it comes out on October, what did I say, 17th, it's gonna be $349.99. But if you pre-order it, it's gonna be $299.99. So pretty much $350 at launch and $300 right now if you pre-order it. And it's kind of expensive for a cloud gaming handheld. In fact, I think actually I could probably check guys on Steam right now. Steam Deck. I think the cheapest one. The cheapest Steam Deck is $400, but I think you also get you'd be able to play games on the hardware without the Xcloud. And I've tried Xcloud. I've played some games on it. It works really good for some games like turn-based RPG. Your little 2D rollers I found to be excellent. But and for like a shooter, oh that ain't it, chief. So I would say if you're looking for a handheld and you play Xbox Game Pass games, get a Steam Deck because remember you can get Xbox Game Pass on Steam Deck. It's not natively on there. I think you gotta do a couple things. I don't have a Steam Deck yet. I'll assume pressing thing. But yeah, I would say just get a Steam Deck and call it a day. Because man, $250 for something that just a cloud handheld. It's just I don't like that. It doesn't feel right. It feels like overpriced. It's overpriced. Now, I know Xbox is pushing this, and I hope they're looking at this, see what they can get right and what they don't get right. And man, I'm hoping, again, crossing fingers, that Xbox makes a handheld that does both cloud gaming and it has actual hardware that you can run games native on it, like the Steam. I think Xbox has a huge opportunity here to create their own amazing handheld that would blow up. I mean, look, Steam Deck is doing really well right now, and the Switch is just decimating all the other consoles with how much it's selling and the games it's producing on that thing. Although Switch 2 is soon, because can't 30 FPS anymore, but that's another story. But yeah, that's it for the cloud gaming thing. Again, interested to see what happens there. Last story on this list. Again, those were kind of the big ones. But the last one I want to talk about because I love this franchise and I find this kind of disappointing. This is again from PC Gaming. Splinter Cell Remake is being rewritten for a modern audience. So, as you remember, last year, I think it was December, Ubisoft announced they were, I think it was a tweet, wasn't it? Oh. But they pretty much said, hey, we're going to be remaking Splinter Cell, the original. And when it was announced, they said they are rebuilding it from the ground up and trying to ensure that they keep the spirit of the early game. But now they are rewriting the story, and I don't know how I feel about that. The original story is really good, and I'm afraid modern Ubisoft of today is gonna screw it up. If they screw up this, I'm gonna be so disappointed. Splinter Cell is just such a great franchise, and And if I'm see now I'm getting depressed because if Ubisoft ruins it like this, I'm gonna be sad. Well, who knows? Let's be optimists here and say the re-rates are gonna be for the better, and it's gonna give us a better game for it. Oh, once again, we're crossing our fingers here. We're gonna be optimistic. No sad timeline here. This is all bright, positive timeline where this game is gonna be amazing. Right, guys? Right. But that does it for the big news today. Get into the question. Just one question for this week. If you want to send me a question, you can send it on Twitter or in the YouTube comments below. I will probably also be starting a Discord soon where you can ask questions or answer questions. Whoever floats our boats here. From Mr. Mac. How many games do you think will be releasing in 2023 for Xbox? Well, let's see. Like, in the first half or the last half? Because first half, we pretty much know what they have ready for us. I mean, most of them don't have dates yet, but they say first half of 2023. So, Starfield, Forza, Redfall. So that's 3 right there. I have a bunch of like little stuff too for Game Pass. That Benedict Fox game, I'm forgetting the name, but it looked really good. That's early 2023, I believe. But late 2023, that's where it becomes interesting. Because I think Hellblade 2 is going to be a lock. I think that game's pretty much ready to come out. Or not ready to come out, but by the end of 2020 out. Avowed, I think it's time we saw that and for it to release. So those 2 games I think are pretty much ready. Or should be ready soon. I mean, Avowed and Hellblade 2 have been in development for a while. And I would be honestly, I would be shocked if we don't at least see them by E3 time next year. And it depends if they keep up with if E3 is only going to be like, hey, we're going to announce 12 games or announce games for the next 12 months. So I guess we'll see. I mean, I expect at least Hellblade. Well, I think Avowed is just what I want for them to. I hope they release it in 2023 because I'm really excited for RPG. But that's it for again. Just thank you for the question, and that's the only question for this podcast. Let's get about to what's out on Game Pass for the week. Again, like I said, Deathloop came out. Then you had Proteus. Again, please play those 2. Slime Rancher 2 also came out. Haven't played that yet, but I know people were really positive on the first one, and the second one looks to be really good. Hard Space Shipbreakers. Not Breakers. That's the one where you take apart ships, and I've heard it has a really good story. So I can't wait. I do have that one downloaded. Grounded 1.0 gets its official release on September 7th for Pass. If you have not played that, please play Grounded. Great little survival game. And you know that's true because I don't like survival games that much. I thought Grounded was really great. Moonscars comes out September 27th. I believe this is the 2D Dark Souls-like kind of game. really excited for this. It looks good. Let's Build a Zoo on the 29th. Valheim for PC Game Pass on the 29th. And the biggest game on this list, Paw Patrol Grand Prix. Guessing it's a racing game with the Paw Patrol. The biggest game on Game Pass of the year. If you can't tell, I'm being that one. But you know that game's good for kids. Game Pass needs even more games for kids. Definitely. Microsoft, if you're listening, which I doubt, a great kids game would be Banjo-Kazooie remake or Banjo-Kazooie game. Please give it to me personally, because it's been forever since the Bear and the Bird have had a great game, and they deserve to be brought back from the dead. Thank you. Thanks for listening to my TED Talk, Microsoft. And as we wrap up the show, I kind of want to do like a Game Pass pick of the podcast, where I be the co-hosts when I get some and some guests pick a Game Pass game that we think everyone should play. But I've already told you, go play Deathloop and go play Proteus. They're two great games. They're on Game Pass, and they are amazing, really. But if you know what, since I said those two at the start, let's all go play Hard Spaceship, because that looked really fun. I think I'm going to play that after this here in a bit. Or, yeah, I'll be playing that. Yeah. That sounds like a plan. Good. But that's it for the first ever Just Xbox podcast. Again, please tell me what you think. Please provide feedback, you know, nicely. If you don't know me, I'm running this channel, social medias, everything. Please be nice. Not just to me, to everyone. We won't tolerate rude, mean, nasty people here. I'll just ban you. So please, provide your feedback, but do it in a kind way. Again, you can do that through YouTube comments. Follow us on Twitter. Talk, say, hey, maybe you should do this for the next podcast on. Message me on Twitter. Might be doing a Discord soon. Let me know if you want me to do a Discord. I'll have to figure that out if I decide to do a channel. And again, thank you very much for listening to the first podcast. I hope it was okay. Decent enough. Bye. To learn. Figure it all out. Okay, thank you again for watching this silly little podcast of mine that I decided to create. And until next time, peace out.